How's it going, guys, and welcome back to welcome back. We're starting Blood Drive. It's been a long time since my last playthrough of it, and I asked people on YouTube if I should start over or continue for where I last left off, and people are mostly likely just start over because it's been so long, and it might be good to have a refresher on the story. So this is the PC version, so it's gonna run a lot better than it did on Vita. Because they didn't optimize it well, because it felt like it was first time use. It felt like it was their first time using Unity on, well, ever. So no frame drops. It's all smooth 60 FPS. Also, the voices doesn't sound like garbage. It had been 2 months since the Book of Shadows incident. I'd been critically wounded by that blowback from the sorcery. I'd involved myself with that. Nakashima were there to carry me out from the crumbling Shinozaki estate. The two of us were picked up on the side of the old mountain road and rushed to the hospital, where I was restored to a stable condition. The grimoire responsible for so much of the horror everyone had been through, the Book of Shadows, was buried in the rubble of the estate when the roof collapsed.
私たちが現世に戻ってきてから2ヶ月が過ぎた。いや、これでいいの？おかしいな。都市伝説掲示板の噂では、これをやった直後に地震が起きて、神隠しに遭う危険ありって書いてあったのに。
I hope you guys are watching this with headphones, because this game does really well, like, which side the sound comes from.
ちょっと、そんなのに付き合わせてたの？ひどい。ごめん。これでみんな離れ離れにならずに済むよ。
What was that? What a weird fade out at the end.
幸せの幸子さんの効力も消え、迷い込んだ聖者を閉じ込めて残酷に命を奪う呪いの学校を消滅させられたのは良かったけれど。
The voices sounded more clear in this version. I just remember in the Vita version, it really sounded like it was meant for PSP. But even PSP's
友達と先生の命とその生きた証、存在までもが奪われてしまった。
I don't know, I just remembered like when I played on Vita, the voice quality was not as good as this.
聖子はいたんだよ。どうしてみんな分かってくれないの？そんな子いないのよ。さあ、薬を飲みなさい。ナオミ、飲みなさい。飲むの？いや、私はおかしくない。おかしくなんかないんだから。生き残った私たちにとってこの2ヶ月は誰か助けて！院長、しっかりして！
No, they're still bad at mixing, because the music is still like a lot louder than their speaking voice. Felt like they did that better in PSP. Even though I turned on like BGM music to 50 and voice volume to 100, it still feels louder than they're speaking.
出血多量の大怪我をして何週間も入院を余儀なくされてしまった。昨日退院してから 初めて登校した如月学園。校門前で私は校舎を見つめて身をすくめた。この門をくぐれば鈴本さんや結衣先生たちのいない現実をいやおうなく思い知らされるから。
篠崎、
みんなこの世界で心の底から分かり合えるのはこの5人だけ。存在の消えた4人のことを共有できるから。
Like a game that has like this great voice acting, you know, that's very important that you hear them talk. Oh yeah, let's overpower them with music. I have to turn it down some more.
おかえり。退院おめでとう。
Alright, can I access the menu? Alright, here we go. Graphic. No, not there. Sound. Let's turn it down again. It's still very loud. And we need to hear them talk. 24, let's try that.
おかえり委員長。中島さん。
おお、篠崎、やっと出てきたか。
岸沼くん。
篠崎、おかえり。
Why is the voice quality difference?
ありがとう。
あゆみお姉ちゃん、大丈夫ですか？
Oh god, can you speak any louder?
ありがとうゆかちゃん。
Now what?
岸沼くん。
いや別に。元気出せって言っても難しいかもしんねえけど、みんなついてっからな。
持田くんは大丈夫？
ああ、俺にはゆかもいるし。
元気出してね。
Alright, let's get to school.
この時私はまだ知らなかった。天神症のあった多重閉鎖空間どころではない現実のこの世界に。
Yo man, that smooth 60 FPS.
みんなおまじない好きだよね。またなんか新しいの仕入れなきゃ。
Who's this girl? Who cares? The only thing we know is that they did the ritual and she's gonna die. That's
今
it.
日は早番だといいな。お腹空いちゃった。
Nani?
ママ。
Oh, it was nothing.
呪いは拡大しつつあったことに。
Wait, did I see that last time? I don't remember. The curse's reach was growing. Because people are dumb. Oh, sadly I have to skip this. We've seen it before.
死亡した中学生の佐久間凛さんは
大
背骨
丈夫だった？
が折れた状態で発見されてお
Because the
り、
intro is gonna get copyright claimed.
まったく転んだ拍子に落ちていた刃物でああも大怪我するなんて、一体何をしていたのあゆみ。日の絵みたいにまた幽霊がどうのとかオカルトまがいなことをしてるんじゃないでしょうね。
ほっといてよ。
もういつものこととはいえ、日の絵もどこへ行っているのやら。うちの娘たちは 親に心配ばかりかけて。
忌まわしい記憶。
Oh, yeah, did this happen like at the end of Book of Shadows? A massive earthquake rippled through the basement of the Shinozaki estate, leaving it teetering on the edge of collapse. Worse still, the whole place was in flames. Hinoe's mangled form appeared as if shimmering in the fire's light, red glinting off red around the edges of the blades that were rapidly slicing her flesh. Or sluicing? They danced around and threw her almost. They sliced around and threw her almost whimsically, prompting unnatural gyrations throughout her body without ever letting her so much as touch the ground. I grabbed onto Hinoe's body in a vain attempt to pull her to safety. But Hinoe used what little strength she had left to push me back.
あゆみちゃん、生きるのよ。お姉ちゃんはいつもあなたの心の中にいますよ。
Are you guys wearing headphones? I could distinctly hear these words in the back of my head, spoken in a soft, soothing voice. It was short-lived. However, as the ceiling suddenly became webbed with cracks and fissures and a massive beam fell from above, crushing her upper body entirely. With this, I shut my feet and began running in circles, screaming uncontrollably. I would have run right into the rapidly spreading fire if Naomi hadn't caught me. My hands and feet were covered in red bruises and cuts from the swarm of blades that my spell had summoned. Naomi was bleeding as well, but nowhere near as badly.
委員長、逃げるのよ。離してよ。離して。
失われたみんなの存在を取り戻すため、篠崎幸子と天神症の呪い、その根源を追う私と中島さんの前に取り壊され、この世に存在しないはずの篠崎義恵と幸子の成果が現れた。その地下にあった古代の本、ブック・オブ・シャドウズで黒魔術を試した私は、
Book of Shadows.
夢かうつつかもわからない恐ろしい事態に襲われて瀕死の重傷を負ってしまったのだ。どうしてあの場所が分かったのかは知れないけれど、飛び込んできたお姉ちゃんが私をかばって、結局私は何もできず、ただ犠牲を増やしただけだった。
死んじゃえばよかったのに。私なんか、みんな私の犠牲者じゃない。私なんか。
いいぞ、死ね。
If you really want to stab yourself, you got a
なんだよ、
perfect
やめ
knife
んな
on
よ。
the table.
そのまま死ねよ。
With one shoe on my desk and sporting a rare open-mouthed version of a shit-eating grin, a boy wearing a black parka was just somehow there. In my room without explanation.
死んでくやつが俺の名前なんて興味ねえだろ。嘘ばっかだな、お前の反応。
Oh. There it is.
それが嘘だろって言ってんだよ。本心はどこだ、クソ女。殺したいんじゃなくて助けたいんだろ。苦しんでるてめえをよ。八つ当たりしてねえで動けや、甘ったれ。誰も助けちゃくれねえぞ。
誰よ。何なのよ。何しに来たのよ。
誰でもねえさ。嘘ついたまま本当に終わっちまっちゃつまんねえぞ。
Without a word, he motioned for me to put my hand out and unceremoniously plopped a piece of 10 yen gum into it. The boy smiled with a cold yet oddly kind expression, then finally took his leave by jumping out the window. Like, sup girl, don't kill yourself. Here, have gum. I'm out. Whoop! All I could do was stand there and sob.
確か篠崎の家はこっちだったよな。変わった格好のやつだな。
Well, not my problem.
天神賞も崩壊し消え去った今、罪滅ぼしに私に何ができるのだろう。
うん、サトシ。お前今日弁当だよな。屋上で食おうぜ。
なあ、そうだな。今日は天気も良さそうだし、行くか。
Oh, I think I remember the intro is really long.
おお、すごい空だな。雲が全然ない。
秋晴れだな。
この辺で食べよう。しかしなんか妙に軽いな、弁当箱。よしき、今日はなんだ？
時間あったから揚げ物にした。
相変わらず何でも作れるな、お前は。俺んちは昨日の残り物とかだよ、多分。
いいじゃねえかよ、この幸せもんが。
そうなのか？母さん。
あら、こんなところでご飯なの？今日は晴れてるし、一層美味しく食べられそうね。
確か庭クオン先生だっけ？
This was our class's TA, Miss Kwon Niwa, age 24. She was an English teacher with white hair, blue eyes, and a soft, delicate
ク
voice.
ラスメートの話によると、俺たちが天神小学校から戻ったあの日からちょうど半年前にこの学校に赴任してきた先生らしいが、俺たちにその記憶はない。
Oh yeah, that's right. Their original homeroom teacher is dead. So the world got rewritten to match up the non-existence for the people who died,
俺たちのいた世界では
as if they didn't exist.
ゆい先生という別の先生がその立ち位置だったんだ。
And it's for some reason also after Satoshi's dick. But who else
天神
isn't?
小学校から生還した俺たちはみんなこの事実に違和感を感じていた。
サトシくん、ご飯がないの？何が食べたい？
え？
好きな食べ物は？
カツ丼？なんだろうあの先生。
Why is his voice so much lower and the sensei is so much clear?
からかわれたんだよ。
Even Yoshiki sounds clearer than Satoshi. Guess I'll go buy some bread at the cafeteria or something. Okay, but you should probably hurry it up. I mean, lunch has already started, so I doubt they have a whole lot left at this point. Ah, crap, you're right. Wait right here. I'll be back. Hold the run button while moving to sprint. Sprinting gradually drains your stamina, and if you run out of... Yeah, got it. Ah, the game runs so smooth! Hey, if you don't get a move on, they'll get out Brit for sure. You got it. I didn't make it.
仕方ねえな。俺のエビフライ一本やるよ。
Ibi fry! My eyes shone upon meeting those with a magnificent golden fried shrimp.
本当か？悪いな。
Okay, now he sounds louder.
Mochida Satoshi-sama ですね。
俺？はい、そうですけど。
お食事をお持ちいたしました。
The man in black handed over a lacquer box containing pork cutlet on rice with egg, picture perfect in every way. It was my favorite meal down to the last detail. Yoshiki, utterly dumbfounded, loosened his grip on the fried shrimp he was holding, and it plummeted to the ground, defeated by this new contender. It's a very shiny fried shrimp.
何者なんだあの先生。
Apparently some rich girl.
委員長。
The classroom glowed with the golden hue of twilight, but my gaze was fixed at the floor. It must have been obvious to Nakashima that I had a lot on my mind.
大丈夫？委員長。
She asked this as she sat down at the desk in front of me, facing backward. She was trying to comfort me. But she had dark circles around her eyes too. She and I must have looked very similar to one another from the outside's perspective. My left hand was still wrapped in bandages. It throbbed incessantly, reminded me of my previous night's events. I ignored it as best as I could and forced an empty
ご
smile.
めんね。もうこれ以上迷惑かけないから。迷惑ってどういうこと？
I couldn't bring myself to answer that. I just flashed another smile, a confusing one that must have looked very strange to her, and left the classroom. Can I? I can't.
委員長。
今出て行ったの篠崎か？
ナオミ、どうしたんだ？
委員長、なんだか思い詰めてるみたい。私たちでフォローしてあげた方がいいかも。
お前もだよナオミ。無理していないか？
大丈夫。辛いのは私だけじゃないし、私一人甘えてられないもの。委員長、変な気起こさなきゃいいけど。
Oh, she's gotta do something drastic. As I walked, I thought back to my time in the hospital. I was lying in bed, arms and legs virtually mummified in bandages, when a woman with flowers came in to see me.
はじめまして。あら、そっくりですね。お姉ちゃんと。
Yes, I do not know you.
あなたは。
私は山村未来。あなたのお姉ちゃん、日の絵と共に、ウィッカインスティテュートという精霊崇拝組合に所属しているものです。
お姉ちゃんの。
はい。これはお見舞いです。
As she said this, she placed a bouquet of flowers on a small table by the bed and looked around the room with a curious expression on her face.
ご両親は今、いらっしゃらない？
お買い物に行っています。
そう。お父さんもお母さんも、まだ知らないのですよね。日の絵の死を。彼女が命を落としたあの日、あなたを追って旧篠崎家跡地へ向かう前に、日の絵は私に最後の連絡をくれていました。
お姉ちゃんが？
きっと自分の運命を理解して、そして受け入れていたのね。精霊は人の死期を教えてくれるの。その分できる精一杯の行動と覚悟が持てる。彼女は立派だったわ。
Tears began to pour from my eyes, and I could do nothing to stop them. Sob. Hick. I had been sitting up in bed, but unconsciously started to curl into a fetal position as best as I could with the bandages. Yamamura put her hand on my back to comfort
あ
me.
ゆみちゃん、日の絵の意志を伝えるわ。
Why can't they show this with the 3D models? I mean, I get that they need to be like visual novel-ish, but I don't remember the first game being like that. Like, I feel like ever since they got to the game before Book of Shadows, it's been very, very visual novel-y.
黒の本、ブックオブシャドウズを取り戻しなさい。代々篠崎家が守り続けてきた門外不出の禁忌の書
Oh,
よ。
was the Book of Shadows the second game? I don't remember. The game that had this point and click system. Was that Book of Shadows?
あの本が心ない者の手に渡れば、この世は混乱の淵に落とされてしまう。私たち WI は精霊と心を通わせる自然の意志にただ沿おうとする白魔女の組合。ご両親の反対を押し切って篠崎家から飛び出した日の絵は、今さら関わるのをためらっていたのだけれど、近年その存在を感じるようになってずっと気にしていたの。私とウィッカの仲間で調べたけれど、篠崎義恵と幸子の屋敷跡地にはなかったわ。更地だったはずのあの場所に焼け焦げた家の梁や瓦礫が現れていて驚いたけれど、あの場所からは消えても感じるの。存在はまだ残っている。この世のどこかに。
Yamamura looked directly into my eyes.
この町にあなたや
Like
篠
very
崎義恵と同じ篠崎家の血筋の方が住んでいたのは知っているかしら。
Yamamura pulled a notepad from her pocket and carefully wrote a name and address on the top sheet. She then tore the page and handed it to me. They really need to go very into details on what's going on. Like, can't they just show it with their 3D models they have? I knew that name. It was on the family tree.
牧野。覚えている名前だわ。義恵の家の地下室にあった篠崎の家系図。義恵の上に並んでいた彼女の母の妹、おばにあたる人。
その牧野さんの家に行けば 何か黒の本を取り戻すための手がかりが残されているかもしれない。私たちは霊に対する感受性が強すぎて部屋に入ることもできなかったわ。何が起こるかわからないけれど、日の絵の意志を継ぐ強さがあるのなら頑張ってみなさい。
And with that, Yamamura simply turned and left the hospital room.
お姉ちゃんの意志。
Here we go, new character. Where she's from, no idea, but she has crosses in her ribbons. On the other side of the door, a peculiar girl stood in wait. As soon as Yamamura had covered enough distance to put me out of earshot, the two of them spoke.
ご苦労様。
これでいいのね。
お前らが息をしているだけでこっちは虫唾が走るんだ。殺さないでやるからさっさと消え失せろ。
Ah, I'm so insulted. Yamamura ran away as quickly as she could without drawing attention to herself. As if in response, the intimidating girl in the peculiar outfit spat on the hospital wall.
たく、世の中アホばっかり。
Do it yourself, dumbass. As she mumbled these words, she sneaked a sidelong glance at me in my room. I was completely oblivious.
篠崎日の絵。簡単に死にやがって。くっそ使えない。
It was time to meet my fate. I had no trouble locating Makina's residence. I don't know what I was expecting, but what I found was just an ordinary apartment building. I couldn't involve Mochida and the others in this. They'd been through enough already. Besides, this was a family matter. My bloodline was responsible for this whole mess, so it was only right that I'd be the one to make amends alone. Ah yeah, the classic, I'll do shit on my own.
下連雀南団地。ずいぶんボロボロ。
We finally get some gameplay, boys! Looks pretty run down.
これは何かの事情で取り壊されないまま放置されているのね。管理されているのかしら。
No! Who leaves this candle outside? Whenever you see a candle, yeah, save point. Let me just adjust the sound again. It's so loud. There we go. Oh, still loud, I guess. I guess it's on system effects. Alright, let's save here. I guess this is it for this part. It's been 30 minutes. Did it save? Damn, I'm just used to like all these loading screens from the Vita version. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. We finally get some gameplay. We gotta enter the apartment building next time. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna leave you guys with a high five.